The following material is for private use only and is copyright of Sittingbourne Community Radio Limited. It is not to be used or reproduced without prior written permission.
And we are now joined by Gary Chadwick, who comes in every month, and he's the District Commissioner of the Sittingbourne and Milton Scout Group. Good afternoon, Gary.
Good afternoon, Mark.
Now, the last time we spoke was all about the county show, and you were going to a massive bonfire. So I have to ask, how did the bonfire go?
It was big. The network scouts that built it probably built the biggest campfire that we've had at the campsite in its history. In fact, we had to. It was that big. We have a circle around the campfire. We actually had to come back a good 10 yards from there because of the heat of it. But a good sing-song all round, and all the leaders thoroughly enjoyed it. And
it was quite a nice evening, wasn't it? Nice weather.
It was a beautiful weekend that weekend, yes.
Because the weekend after, I was actually thinking, well, it's lucky that the show was that weekend, because the weekend after was just not.
It was, that's correct.
It was not. So, I mean, this time of year, when there's summer, do Scouts have summer breaks like every other organisation?
Most groups do have the weekly breaks at this time of year due to the school holidays and people away on their general holidays. But at the beginning of the school holidays, most groups do go away on a camp, a week's camp.
Oh, so and is that like a national organised thing, or is it just organised locally?
Most groups do it locally, but some do go away on national and international camps as well.
So where's been the local camps around this area?
Some of the groups locally have gone, local groups, some have gone up into Milton Keynes, and I've seen pictures of them being at the Snow Dome there. Another group has gone down towards the south coast, and obviously today we've got the Explorer Scouts that went over to the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I've been teasing listeners all morning about that, and we were talking about that very shortly as well with the Explorer Scouts. But if you could sort of like to give us some background as to know how it happened, how it was organised, and things like that.
Yes, certainly. What it is, the Explorer Scouts, who are aged 14 to 18, when they reach the age of 16, if they wish, they can do what they call an Explorer Belt. And what they have to do, it's sort of the ultimate challenge that they get as an Explorer Scout. And they have to plan everything from the start to the finish, and do all the fundraising themselves and fund the venture themselves. They pick a place they want to go. It does have to be abroad. We try to make sure in this district they travel abroad, and they go away and do the things from that. Right. And the 4 lads that's coming in did all that themselves. So
that's it's all funded, all paid for. They have to do all of that, so there's no sort of help from Scout leaders at all then. It's completely on their own. It's
completely on their own. They get some guidance and things from the leaders where they need to go and to where they go for the funds, to raise funds. They obviously go to people like the Rotary Club and local businesses for some donations, and they do car washing and selling popcorn and things like that, but as well to raise the funds. And hopefully the idea is that they don't have to dip into their parents' pockets to pay for the venture.
Oh, good on them. And as we've been saying since the top of the programme, we have 4 young gentlemen in the studio who are Explorer Scouts, and they've been to the Czech Republic. We'll introduce them. We have Sam.
Yeah, hello.
And we have Rob.
Hello.
We have James.
Oh, hi.
And we have Dan.
Hi.
And they're for, as I said, the Explorer Scouts. And so, James, what made you join or want to be a Scout?
Don't know really. A friend invited me along. I joined it when I was 6, so it was ages ago really.
So you've been a cub and you've progressed through the sort of scouting thing and became a scout, and now so what about you, Dan? Was it the same for you as well?
Yeah, I started when I was 6 because my dad's always been involved in scouting, so I was as well.
And Rob?
Yeah, but I had same age, 6, and I had a few friends that went along, and my parents said, yeah, you're going too, so it's brilliant though.
And the 4th person who I've forgotten?
Sam? Yeah, same for me. I joined when I was 6 as well, and I've done Beavers, Cubs, Scouts and Explorers.
Well, I must not apologise from there, because I forgot your name outside as well, didn't I? I remembered everyone else, and I forgot your name. So your name is Sam, it rhymes with Dan. So whose idea was it to do this expedition to the Czech Republic?
I think it was my idea. There's a lot of other groups that went before us, so we sort of wanted to do the same sort of trip. And then we just picked a country at random, really, out of the hat.
Oh, so it was that well planned? You just got a hat and said, we'll go there? Because you went to the Czech Republic. Whereabouts in the Czech Republic were you?
Well, we started in Prague, and then we travelled all over the country, really. Made a sort of a big circle, and then went back and finished our trip in Prague again.
Right, so now this must have taken quite a long time to get off the ground.
Yeah, well, the first idea came about 3 years ago, and then then we sort of started fundraising, selling. My dad bought a candy floss machine, so we sold that. Sold candy floss, not the machine, and did all sort of fundraising bits.
Candy floss. It's just basically was it whipped sugar?
Yeah, pretty much. It's really cheap as well.
Oh, I'll have to. Right, now we'll go on. So what other fundraising things did you do apart from the? I mean, did the other guys get involved as well in fundraising?
We all did all sorts of things. We painted a hall, we redecorated someone's house, we did car parking for other charity events where we took donations from donation buckets. We did bag packing at Asda and Morrison's. So
Wow,
a bit of everything, really.
So I mean, Gary was saying to me earlier that everything that all the fundraising that you did, you had to do on your own. You couldn't sort of like ask the scout. I mean, you could ask them for advice, but that's about all.
Yeah, that's true. Everything we organised down to ourselves. So we contacted the supermarkets directly to see if we could do it, and then we organised us four going and some other people to help us out doing bag packing. We contacted local, like people who live near us, to see if they wanted any work doing. So we did allotments and things for people.
All right, so you've actually really grafted to get this
a lot
off
of work.
the ground. There, it's a lot of work. It's too much for me. I'm not happy sitting here doing this. So when you went there, did you fly or did you get a boat or?
We went by plane from Heathrow to Prague Airport.
So I mean, how different is the Scouts movement out there? Is it the same as?
Much. It's a lot different from Scouting in the UK. It's in their history, Scouting's been made illegal 4 times. So every time it's been made illegal, they've lost all their history. So Scouting's a new thing. It's like only been around for 25 years in their country, whereas our history is over 100 years old. So lots of the information that's passed on from generation to generation here is lost every time. And the Scout movement's a lot smaller than ours.
All right, so, I mean, how did you cope with the language barrier? Did you learn any Czech before you went out there?
It was all right. We did learn a bit, like simple phrases like hello and thank you, things like that.
So, how would you say hello in Czech?
Ahoy.
Ahoy?
Yeah.
Right, and what about thank you?
Děkuji.
Where's the pub? Right, no. So you what sort of things did you do in the Czech? I mean, did you go like trekking or things?
We did do a hike up a mountain with some Czech Scouts, and then we came back down on some scooters, and we went rafting on the river, and cycling, caving.
So you done quite. I mean, and you. This was quite recent, wasn't it? You went quite recent.
Yeah, we went on the 24th of July and came back on Thursday.
And I hope you've had better weather than what we've had the last few days. How was the weather out there?
It was really hot or really rainy. We had like 2 days where it hailstoned and we got soaked.
And I suppose their hailstones are bigger than ours, aren't they?
They are like ice cubes.
Ooh, blimey. But, did it hurt? I mean, when... I suppose you're sensible enough not to go out when it hailed.
Well, we just got off the bus when it started, so we had a bus stop to shelter under.
So, where did you stay out there? Did you stay in people's houses, tents or anything?
Yeah, we stayed in about 3 or 4 hostels when we were there. A hay barn, tents, sort of anywhere really we could find with the Scouts.
So, I mean, is this an exchange thing, or is it just could the Scouts from a Czech come over and stay with your Scout group?
Yeah, we offered to several if they wanted to come over, then they could. But it wasn't sort of planned out as an exchange thing. We just went over to them, but yeah, they could come over.
So you went to the Czech Republic this year. Where did you go last year? Did you go camping with the Scouts last year? And if so, what more exotic places you went to?
I think it was just the New Forest last year. So
Jamboree last year.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, no, that was the year before. Yeah, we went to the Detling, up where the Kent County Showground, and that was for the Kent International Jamboree. So
what's a jamboree?
It's basically just a big grouping of Scouts who are all on camp together, and you sort of just have tons of activities for about a week. It's brilliant.
So I mean, it's because it's in some like similar things to the Scouts have big camping things, don't they, in the summer holiday? So do you only have a week? And or can you vary it?
Generally in the UK it's about a week, but actually in the Czech Republic most of theirs lost about 3 or so.
Oh, so they have like a longer. I suppose they have longer summer holiday than ours, I suppose, because of the way that their summers and the weather is. I suppose they have a longer break, probably.
Yeah, it's about 8 weeks, I think.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, if somebody was to come up to either one of you four and say, I want to become a scout, what advice can you give me about joining the Scouts?
Just go online. I don't know where to go online. Just type in Sittingbourne Scouts. Just join it. It's really fun. You might not like it because of what people say at school and stuff, but ignore all that and come along. It's a lot better than you think it is.
I suppose Scouts have improved a lot since I was your age. It wasn't very fashionable to be a Scout then, but it's obviously changed a lot now. What are the badges that you can do apart from the traditional ones?
I don't know. Badges they all still do badges, but when we get to sort of explore at our age, they sort of die off a bit, and I can't really remember the last time I did a badge. So,
oh blimey! So once again, if people are listening and they have children and they want to be, and they think, sounds quite good to be a Scout. Do you become an Explorer Scout when you're a certain age?
14, but you start off at 6, and then work your way up through Beavers, Cubs, and Scouts, and then we're in Explorers now. Or a couple have just finished because we're 18. Then when you're 18, you go on to Network, which is basically just the next step before Leaders.
So you could soon be a leader?
I'm a leader now, so you do Leaders and Network at the same time.
Oh, so you're in charge of all these 3 other boys, and are you in charge of them?
No.
or
is them. Younger people.
Or is Gary the ultimate boss?
Yeah.
Is he a good boss?
Yeah, he's alright.
So now, Gary, you come in once a month, don't you, to tell us what's going on with the Scouts and things?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So what have the Scouts got planned for next month?
Most Scout groups now they're doing their planning for the new term. Come September, we call it the new Scouting year. So all groups will be doing their planning and doing things like that. We've got some things planned which I'll talk about in September. Things that's happening with the district that we're doing as district events for actually some of the adults actually this time.
Right, so that's next month when you'll be in was it the second Wednesday of every month?
Yeah, September the 13th I think it is.
Right, well it looks like you'll have Tony Weaver then, because the last few times you've had the misfortune of having to back with me, but the beard will be back on the 13th when you come in the next Scouts. We'd like to thank Sam, Dan, Rob and James and Gary for the time today. And so if you do want to find out more about being a Scout, how to do that again?
If they go to type in on Google Sittingbourne Scouts or go to www.sittingbournescouts.uk, there's a link there that will take them to us, and it goes to actually my email address then, and we can contact the people wherever they are, because we cover all areas of Sittingbourne.
Right, so that's quite a big area. How far does the area extend?
We start out in Tenham, then coming north through Merston and Bapchild, into Sittingbourne, and all the way out to Newington, and then into the villages round to Lower Howstow, Upchurch, and Tunstall and Wormshill as well as the town centre.
That's a big area, a nice big area.
Nice big area. 12 groups in all, so we can fit quite a few youngsters and adults into scouting still.
Right, well, thanks for your time this afternoon, guys, and I wish you all the best for your Explorer Scouting and stuff, and so thanks once again. That was Sam, Dan, Rob and James. Hope I got all your names right this time. Yeah. And Gary Chadwick, and Gary is the District Commander of the Sittingbourne and Milton Region Scouts, and he will be back again on the 13th of September to talk more scouting with Tony Weaver.
It's been a pleasure, Mark. Thank you.